In 2026, the most expensive thing you can own is not a supercar, a luxury watch, or a piece of beachfront real estate. It is a piece of cardstock from a university that is mathematically designed to bankrupt your most productive years. We have been sold the ultimate lie that a university degree is a safe investment, a golden ticket to the middle class, and the only barrier between you and a life of poverty. But if you factor in the opportunity cost of lost wages, the compounding interest on student loans, and the staggering rate of degree inflation, the reality is far more sinister. For the vast majority of graduates today, a degree has a negative return on investment. You aren't falling behind because you aren't working hard enough. You are falling behind because you started the race 40 yards behind the finish line with a 100-pound backpack labeled tuition. Today, I'm going to prove to you, using cold numbers and brutal market realities, that the standard path of get a degree to get a good job is a financial suicide mission. I'm going to show you why the 20-year break-even point is the new reality and why your degree is likely the largest liability you will ever sign your name to. The trap is set through a psychological phenomenon called the sunk cost fallacy, combined with social proof. From the moment you can speak, every authority figure in your life, parents, teachers, guidance counselors, repeats the same script: go to college or you'll end up flipping burgers. This creates a prestige fever. We don't choose degrees based on market demand. We choose them based on what makes us feel important at Thanksgiving dinner. The system relies on your fear of being left behind. They know that an 18-year-old cannot comprehend the weight of $100,000 in debt. They sign you up for loans that cannot be discharged in bankruptcy, the only kind of debt in existence with that level of predatory permanence, and then they hand you a curriculum that was outdated by the time the textbook was printed. You feel the crushing weight of the system because the system was designed to harvest your most productive years before you even realize you're in a cage. You are told that knowledge is power, but in the digital age, knowledge is a commodity. Skills are what pay, yet universities are selling you experiences and credentials while keeping the change. It is not your fault you feel like you're drowning. You were pushed into a pool with weights tied to your ankles and told it was the only way to learn how to swim. Let's look at the hidden math that your university's marketing brochure conveniently forgot to mention. We are going to compare two people starting their journey in 2026. Scenario A is academic Adam, who follows the societal script. Scenario B is trade school Tyler, who opts for high-demand, low-cost skill acquisition. Adam attends a 4-year private university to study a broad, safe major like marketing or communications. He takes out $80,000 in total loans at a 7% interest rate. For 4 years, his income is zero. In fact, his net worth is plummeting by $20,000 every single year. When he graduates at 22, he lands an entry-level corporate job making $55,000. After federal, state, and FICA taxes, his take-home pay is about $3,600 a month. But wait, his student loan payment on a standard 10-year plan is $930 a month. He hasn't even paid for rent, food, or a car yet, and 25% of his take-home pay is already gone to service a debt for a job he could have learned on YouTube in 6 months. Now let's look at Tyler. Tyler spends $15,000 on a 1-year trade school or intensive coding boot camp. By age 19, he is working. He starts at $45,000. By the time Adam is a sophomore, Tyler is making $55,000. By the time Adam graduates, Tyler is 22, has zero debt, and is earning $75,000 as a journeyman or senior technician. Most importantly, Tyler has had 4 years of compounding interest in the stock market. The math is devastating. Adam doesn't hit a net worth of zero until he is 42 years old. He has sacrificed the most powerful force in the universe, compounding interest in his early 20s, to pay for a credential that is being devalued by artificial intelligence every single day. While Adam was learning theory from a professor who hasn't worked in the private sector since the 90s, Tyler was building equity. Adam isn't just $77,000 behind Tyler at age 22. He is millions of dollars behind in lifetime wealth because those early investment years can never be recovered. This is the 20-year break-even, and for many, it's actually a 30-year sentence. Consider the real-life example of Toby. Toby is 28 years old. He graduated 4 years ago with a degree in psychology and a minor in business. He owes $65,000. Toby works as a human resources coordinator, making $58,000. On paper, Toby is a success story. He has the office, the title, and the degree. But Toby lives in a state of constant low-level panic. Every month, $700 vanishes from his account to pay for a degree he barely uses. When Toby looks at his bank account, he realizes that after rent in a Tier 1 city where his job is located and his debt payments, he is living on the same discretionary income as a high school dropout working in a warehouse in a low cost of living area. Toby is a victim of credential inflation. In 1970, a high school diploma got you a house and a pension. In 2000, a bachelor's degree did the same. In 2026, a bachelor's degree is the new high school diploma. It is the bare minimum requirement to sit in a cubicle, yet it costs 1,000% more than it did 40 years ago. Toby is considering going back for a master's degree because he feels stuck. This is the ultimate trap. The system convinces you that the solution to debt caused by education is more debt for more education. Toby is chasing a horizon that keeps moving. He is a highly educated proletarian. He has the vocabulary of the elite, but the balance sheet of a serf. He is trapped in a 20-year break-even cycle. By the time Toby pays off his degree, his children will be starting the same cycle. The university didn't teach Toby how to be successful. It taught him how to be a reliable debtor for the next 2 decades. The reality check is bitter but necessary. The university is no longer a place of higher learning. It is a hedge fund with dorms. They are selling you a luxury good, not an investment. If you're already in the trap, you must stop the bleeding immediately. You have to treat your career like a mercenary, not a devotee. Stop loyalizing to a dream company and start maximizing for debt-to-income ratios. If you haven't gone yet or you're considering a second degree, stop. The market no longer cares what you know, it cares what you can do. We are entering the era of skill verification. A portfolio of real-world projects, a specialized technical certification, or a high-demand trade is worth 10 times more than a liberal arts degree from a mid-tier school. You must decouple your self-worth from your level of education. The system wants you to feel superior because you have a degree, specifically so you don't notice that you're poorer than the plumber who dropped out of high school but started his own LLC at 21. The ultimate solution is defensive. You must refuse to participate in credential inflation. Do not get the master's degree just because you can't find a job. That is like trying to put out a fire with gasoline. Instead, pivot to the unautomatable. Skills that require physical presence, complex human problem-solving, or high-stakes accountability are the only things AI won't eat in the next 5 years. Your degree is a 20-year anchor. If you want to swim, you have to be willing to cut the rope. The middle-class dream was built on a foundation that no longer exists. The universities got rich, the banks got guaranteed interest, and you got a piece of paper and a life sentence of cubicle labor. Stop seeking status, start seeking sovereignty. Because in an economy that is shifting faster than any curriculum can keep up with, the most expensive thing you can buy is a 4-year delay on your life. Your degree has a negative ROI because it steals your time, and time is the only asset that doesn't have a price tag. But the education bubble is the first domino. The same institutions that told you to get a degree are the ones telling you that renting is throwing money away, while they hike interest rates to levels that make homeownership a 30-year wealth-shredding event. If you think the 20-year break-even on a degree is bad, you need to see the math on the modern mortgage scam that is currently wiping out the last of the American dream. The system doesn't want you educated. It wants you compliant and indebted. Choose your path based on math, not tradition, because in the new economy, the most expensive thing you can buy is a lie.